is CBS 4 News Tonight.
We are on the storm watch tonight. Heavy rain up in Palm Beach is now developing further south in Broward. And CBS 4 meteorologist Dave Warren joins us now. Dave, are we in for a stormy Saturday night? It wouldn't surprise me if you said yes.
Off and on downpours here across the area here, so it's not a steady area of rain.
Thank you, Dave. And now to the latest developments with President Trump's hospitalization. He tweeted earlier today that he is feeling well as he undergoes treatment for coronavirus. The White House doctor issued a statement tonight saying President Trump is, quote, not yet out of the woods, but the medical team is cautiously optimistic. Natalie Brand has more from Walter Reed Medical Center in Bethesda, Maryland.
Supporters of President Trump News, Bethesda, Maryland.
As part of his treatment, President Trump's doctor says he was given an experimental antibody cocktail. It's one that the University of Miami is conducting clinical trials on. CBS 4's Jessica Vallejo is in Miami with more on this medical treatment.
President Trump remains at Walter Reed Hospital. CBS 4 News Tonight.
Miami-Dade Public Schools Superintendent Alberto Carvalho spent the day touring schools and a bus facility. He tweeted that the district is putting finishing touches before welcoming back the students and staff. Carvalho says they replaced air filters, equipped front offices, and made sure school buses have hand sanitizer and proper signage. Students and staff will return to the classroom on Monday. And the Miami Police Department wants to remind everyone about the importance of social distancing and wearing masks. The assistant chief says there was a lot of confusion after Governor DeSantis' mandate last week.
A face mask is still mandatory when you're out in public, when you're out in retail, and when you're in a restaurant. And the city of Miami has approximately 39 dedicated officers that will be out there enforcing. And if you don't wear a mask in public, you will be cited.
Well, the assistant chief says if you do not wear a mask, to reiterate there, you will be cited. If a police officer tells you to wear one and you refuse, you could receive a $100 fine. Now at 11, the Florida Highway Patrol is investigating a deadly accident on I-95. Troopers say this happened in the morning in the southbound lanes near Hollywood Boulevard. The driver lost control and overcorrected, crashing into the guardrail on the right shoulder. A passenger was taken to the hospital where they later died. No other cars were involved. FHP is still investigating. Venezuelan supporters for Joe Biden's presidential campaign participated in a caravan in Doral today. Biden for President Florida also held an event to mark exactly 1 month before Election Day. One of the speakers at the event was Representative Donna Shalala, who is up for re-election next month. She says Joe Biden will make a difference for the Venezuelan community.
I want to make sure that I'm very clear about my support for the Venezuelan people and my hatred for the criminal Maduro, who has destroyed his country, and my support for Juan Guaidó and the legitimate government of Venezuela. But Biden-Harris will make a difference.
Well, today's event also highlighted the easy and convenient ways Floridians can vote later on. When it comes time to vote, you may need to do some homework to familiarize yourself with who and what is on the ballot. Tonight, CBS 4's Ted Scouten takes a closer look at the ballot in Miami-Dade.
Miami-Dade, CBS 4 News.
And still ahead on CBS 4 News, a Manatee County man is under arrest and facing charges of voter fraud. Up next, how police were able to catch him. Welcome back. A Manatee County man is under arrest for voter fraud after he requested a vote-by-mail ballot for a dead woman. Police say Larry Wiggins requested a ballot for himself and his wife, but election staff noticed her signature didn't match the one on the file. They discovered that she had passed away back in 2018. Police then arrested Wiggins, charging him with felony voter fraud.
His story was that he wanted to test the system, and I have, in fact, proved that the system works the way that we do it in Florida.
The supervisor of elections says this type of incident is extremely rare. He has only seen this happen one other time in his 8 years on the job. Wiggins could face up to 5 years in prison and a $5,000 fine if convicted. And we really can't remind you enough of these important dates leading up to the election, November 3rd. The last day to register to vote in the November election is Monday, October 5th. Early voting begins on October 19th. There will be 33 early voting locations in Miami-Dade and 22 early voting sites in Broward. And if you want to vote by mail, the last day to request a ballot is October 24th. And now CBS 4 meteorologist Dave Warren joins us with a look at the rest of our weekend forecast.
Rest of the weekend forecast. See a little more of this here. We have heavier showers.
Thank you, Dave. We have some sad news tonight. Don Rice has passed away. He and his wife Claudine were thrust into the spotlight after their son Jimmy was abducted and murdered near his home. They created a legacy in his name, which helps police agencies search for missing children. And CBS 4 anchor Elliot Rodriguez spoke with him in what would be his last television interview.
Don Rice and his wife Claudine.
Welcome back. Getting pampered during the pandemic. It's the new personal concierge service that's offering almost anything. CBS 4's Lisa Petrillo explains.
They call it Instatask Professional Concierge Service. CBS 4 News.
And coming up on CBS 4 News at 11, the Dolphins get ready to take on the Seahawks. Plus an injury update on Bam Adebayo and Goran Dragic ahead of Game 3 of the NBA Finals. Whew, I made it through. Mike's giving me a round of applause. He's up next. That's our news for tonight. Make sure to tune in to CBS 4 this morning beginning at 7 a.m. Have a great Saturday evening, everybody.